And to start off our resident variety show, our musical conductor, the one, the only, Mr. Peter Fuchs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this wonderful, wonderful occasion, your very own resident variety show. And it just amazes me every year how much talent we have living here at Forest Trace. So let's give them a round of applause before you hear them. Of course, it's going to be bigger when you do. To open our show, we have a wonderful lady that surprised us last year, came out of nowhere with this wonderful singing voice, so we asked her back again. No better way to start a show than the wonderful Ethel.
A kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you, on that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Moonlight and romance, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. On that you can rely. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate, that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Ladies and gentlemen. Isn't she wonderful? This is the best part of the show. I'm going to bend down and pick up this microphone, and you're all going to say a prayer I can get back up again. Ready? not have done that 3 months ago. Okay, let's get set now. You all know this wonderful gentleman. You all know his talents because he plays wherever he can go, where people can listen. And so he should. He's a wonderful talent. He has played with some top orchestras in his day in Florida. And so we're very lucky to have him here. Please, a huge round of applause. He is going to send you flying to the moon with his moon medley. Here is Sam Eklund. Gotta make Goldie jealous. Okay, we have a wonderful singer here right now, and you're going to appreciate as soon as you hear her that she's done this before. A very glamorous lady, a lovely from inside and out. Please welcome with Embraceable You medley, Miss Joy Levine.
heart goes tipsy in me. You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many things about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama, do. My sweet embraceable you.
Joy Levine, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't she gorgeous? Right now I'm very confused because I didn't know it was Christmas and I didn't know it was Hanukkah, and I'm not sure which it is, but it must be one of them, because now we have the wonderful Sam Schwartz singing Santa, no, I'm singing Santa, Charles Klein singing Santa Schwartz. I know! What can I tell you?
Oh, you better go stop by, watch the fly. Listen to me, I'm telling you why. Santa Schwartz is coming to town. He's bringing some soup, he salted it twice, put some chicken and plenty of rice. Santa Schwartz is coming to town. He lays pillow in the morning, dolphins every night. Don't forget the candles he lights, the sunshine crying a kite. So be a good kid, try to be nice. Listen here good and take my advice, cause Santa Schwartz is coming to town.
Oy vey. Merry Hanukkah, everybody. Okay, now we have a gentleman that I'm sure so many people know. He was in our show last year and he was doing stand-up comedy. But this year he's showing off his other talent, which is just as good, not as merely funny. But he is singing, and this is, in all sincerity, this is one of my favorite songs of all time. So please welcome to sing it, the wonderful George Smith.
You'll never know just how much I love you. You'll never know just how much I care. And if I tried, I still couldn't hide my love for you. You ought to know, for haven't I told you so a million or more times? You go away, then my heart goes with you. I speak your name in my every prayer. If there is some other way to prove that I love you, I swear I don't know how. You'll never know if you don't. know now. You go away and my heart goes with you. I speak your name in my every prayer. If there is some other way, to prove that I love you, I swear I don't know how. You'll never know if you don't now.
Ladies and gentlemen. And it's amazing how much talent, as I said earlier, because now we have a gorgeous lady that has actually modeled for us on so many occasions and so many of our brochures and newspapers. Absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. And the last talent show she was in, she did one of the sketches with us. The one before that, she sang. This time, she's a stand-up comedian. What? All that talent wrapped up into one gorgeous, redhead. Gertrude Patman! Come on down! Me too.
I'm sure you've heard that humor is like, I would say, a sweet wine that appeals to the public. And
They don't hear you.
you've heard that humor is like sweet wine. It appeals to the public. So let's have some humor, sit back and relax, and we'll make sure you enjoy yourself. Now, do you know that birthdays are good for you? Because the more you have, you'll live longer. And also, there is this perfect man. He's a, let's see, he's a perfect optimist. He's an optimist. And this is what he does. He goes up, this is the definition of a perfect optimist. He goes up to the Empire State Building, throws himself off. When he gets to the 40th floor, he looks around and he says, so far so good. And now we have the heavy stuff. Let me tell you, this joke, it's a cutie. This joke has a name to it. It's called Mendel the Ribbon Salesman. Mendel comes over from the old country to America, the beautiful, and he gets himself a job as a ribbon salesman. And his one desire, his one dream is to get Macy's as a customer for him. But no avail. He goes down to Macy's on his way to work every day and tries to see the buyer. The buyer has nothing to do with him. One day they say the buyer is on leave of absence. The next day they say he's at a convention out of town and he has some family problems. Nothing. But Mendel, what he does is he decides to stay in there. And he does. And actually, it's the buyer who becomes obsessed with getting him out of his office. He can't stand it anymore. So he decides he's going to give him a small order. So he calls Mendel into his office and he said, okay, now this is what I want. I want from the tip of your nose to the tip of your penis. That's it, no more. Mendel takes the order and walks out. And the next day, in front of the loading station at Macy's, there were 3 huge trucks unloading tons of ribbon. And the buyer, he hears about this, he runs out of his office, he's berserk, he goes crazy, he shouts at Mendel. He says, I told you I want just this, from the tip of your nose to the tip of your penis. Mendel looks at him and says, the tip of my penis is in Poland. Now, this is my favorite. This also has a title. It's called Becky, Watch the Watch. If it wasn't with the accent, it would be Watch the Watch. So, it goes like this. Now, they have a wonderful marriage, a happy marriage, and it's been for a long, long time, Becky and Sammy. But there's one big flaw. She snores. I didn't say she's a schnorrer, I said she's a snorer. She snores, and she keeps him up all night long. He hasn't had a decent night's sleep in years. And he doesn't know what to do. They've tried everything and nothing works. So finally he gets a great idea. He's going to hypnotize her. So he goes down to the corner. There's a pawn shop, and he finds just the item he needs. It's an old-fashioned fob watch. Do you know those that the men used to wear years ago? They would stick them into their pocket and the vest. It came with a long chain, and they'd be able to pull them out that way. Well, he buys that, comes back, he says, Becky, I'm going to hypnotize you. Now, listen to every word I say, and do everything I ask of you. And he said, watch the watch. And he says, watch the watch. And he swings it in front of her eyes, and she follows the watch from left to right, right to left. She follows the watch, and you know what? He says, Becky, go to sleep. And she closes her eyes and falls fast asleep. Eureka, it worked. So for the next 2 weeks, every night they tried it. It worked. Now, Sammy became so popular, especially to the family. So at every family function, they invited him to the weddings, to the bar mitzvahs, to the birthday parties, and all of these functions he was asked to perform his magic act, as the kids used to tell him. So, and he did. And finally, his reputation became so renowned that Madison Square Garden got into the picture. They asked him if he would do a one-night stand at Madison Square Garden before 20,000 people. And he agreed. So that night, he's on this big stage at Madison Square Garden, and he's standing there with his watch. Watch the watch. Watch the watch. Left, right, right, left. Everybody stand. 20,000 people stand up. And he continues, watch the watch, watch the watch. Everybody raise your left arm. 20,000 people raise their left arms. Watch the watch, watch the watch. Right, left. Everybody raise their right arm. 20,000 people are standing there with their arms up. And he says, watch the watch. And just then, it slips from his fingers, it drops to the floor, and breaks into 100 pieces, and he says, shit! It took 6 weeks to clean up Madison Square Garden. And that's my dirty joke tonight. That's it.
Give it a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, hey, hey. swear I did not know she was going to say that word. Anyway, what I want to know is, what's a watch? I never heard of such a thing. Right now, we're going to carry on with a little humor, but in humor from a song from a show called Guys and Dolls, an extremely difficult song to sing. Believe me, I've tried it. And here to make a wonderful job of it tonight, Adelaide's Lament from Guys and Dolls. Please welcome Irene Karsh. Okay, once again, please welcome Irene Karsh. Third time lucky. Please welcome Irene Karsh.
It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustration, may react with psychosomatic symptoms difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other words, just from waiting around for that plain little band of gold, a person could develop a cold. You can spray her wherever you think the strength and cockeyed lurk. You can give her a shot for whatever she's got, but it just won't work. If she's tired of getting the fish out from the hotel clerk, a person can develop a cold. It says here, the female remaining single, just in the legal sense, shows a neurotic tendency. See note, see note, see note. Chronic organic symptoms, toxic or hypertense, involving the eye, the ear, the nose, and throat. In other words, just from wondering if the wedding is on or off, a person can develop a cough. You can feed her all day with the vitamin A and the bromo fizz, but the medicine never gets anywhere near with the trouble is. If she's getting a kind of a name for himself, but the name ain't his, a person could develop a cold. And furthermore, just from stalling and stalling and stalling the wedding trip, a person could develop a grip. Then they get on the train for Niagara. She can hear church bells chime, the cars air-conditioned, and the mood sublime. Then they get over Saratoga for the 14th time. A person could develop like grip, while postmates grip, with the wheezes and the sneezes and the sinus that's really a pill. From a lack of community property and a feeling she's getting too old, a person could develop a bad cold.
Irene's so worried that she's infected the first 3 rows with her cold. Oh, that was wonderful. Right now I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman who's going to introduce his own song because he's got a very special message. Please welcome Ernie Elias.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I want to thank this song to the people that liberated us, the Jewish army that came home. This is their song, okay? Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? Yes, yes, track 29. I just look at the fine. I get informed to board the Chattanooga choo-choo. I got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave from Pennsylvania Station by 4 to 4. Dinner in the diner and the yellow Baltimore. Dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your Hamlet, Carolina. Can you hear whistle blowing into the floor? Then you know the Tennessee not ready for shovel on the goalie, gotta keep it rolling. Ooh, ooh, Chattanooga, there you are. They're gonna be a certain party at the station, satin and lace, she used to call it faith. She's gonna cry until I tell her that I'll never roll. So Chattanooga choo-choo, choo-choo me home, all aboard.
What a guy. You should get to know him, get to know his story, and you'll understand what a great person he is, to have gone through all that he's gone through and be able to put on this shining light that he does. So we appreciate him very much. But right now, we're going to introduce you to our duet of the evening. These two people do not know each other, but they happen to have both performed in their previous lives in different shows this song, and it's brought them together again. So I do hope their respective partners don't get too jealous when they meet up again tonight at the show. So without further ado, a great song from the wonderful musical Gigi. You know what this song is. Please welcome Joe Weinberg and Dina Whitland.
Well, it is my old friend, Dina. How lovely to see you again.
Thank you so much. Remember?
Remember?
I do.
That's the moment we'll remember. We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Oh yes, I remember it well. We dined with friends.
We dined alone.
Oh yes, I remember it well. That dazzling April moon.
There was none that night, and the month was June.
That's right, that's right.
It warms my heart to know that you remember still the way you do.
Oh yes, I remember it well. How often I thought of that Friday,
Monday,
when we had our first rendezvous, and foolishly I thought that perhaps you would think of it too. That carriage ride.
you walked me home.
You lost a glove.
I lost a comb.
Oh yes, I remember it well. That brilliant sky.
We had some rain.
Those Russian songs.
From sunny Spain.
Oh yes, I remember it well. You wore a gown of gold.
I was all in blue.
Am I getting old?
Oh no, not you. How young you were, how great and gay and strong. I remember it all, and you were
Oh yes, we
remember it all so well.
Once again, for our wonderful duo, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tina and Joe.